Okay, so the second video now, and for notesheet 3.20 costs. Look at average costs now. So average costs are going to be a smiley face. Okay? The more we produce, the lower our average costs will be until we reach a certain point where average costs will start to turn up. And now we need to look at a range of average cost curves. This is average total cost, but we need to look at average total cost, average variable cost, and average fixed cost. And so I sort of drew them earlier just to make it a little bit neater. This is the smiley face, the average total cost here, and that's the one you're going to be using most of the time. But average variable cost is a similar shape, but note it gets closer to average total cost, and that's because it's going to be below that, because the average variable cost doesn't have the fixed costs in there, so it's going to be lower than average total costs. It gets closer because average fixed costs is falling. The fixed costs are the same no matter how much you produce. The more you produce, the fixed costs are divided over a larger number of units. So you have this average fixed cost falling like this. Average variable cost, average total cost. Now, we need to put those together with our marginal cost. Our marginal costs look like a Nike swoosh. So we're going to have marginal costs that look like that. Okay, so smiley face for average cost, Nike swoosh or Nike tick for marginal cost. Here, this is where we have increasing returns that we spoke about earlier, and then decreasing returns here as we increase our output. Okay, so to put those together, we get a diagram that looks like this. A few key points here: smiley face, there we go, Nike swoosh, there we go. This crosses the average total cost. Marginal cost crosses the average total cost at its lowest point. And this is productive efficiency. It is the point where MC equals ATC. Why? If MC is below, if marginal cost is below average total cost and you produce one more unit, average total cost will fall. If you produce one more unit here, where marginal cost is greater than average total cost, produce one more unit, the marginal cost of that unit is higher than the average cost is going to go up. So this must be the lowest point every time. Add in a variable cost as well, average variable cost as well, same thing is true. So it's going to cross the lowest point here and the average total cost at the lowest point again here. Okay, so the fundamental things to take away from these two videos are the shapes of these curves. If we can get to a situation where we can sketch a smiley face and a marginal cost curve going through the lowest point, we can explain why it goes through the lowest point, then that is where we need to be at this stage.